Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking your time out to watch the video, and interacting with the video as well. So in this one, we're going to be talking about the second ODI between West Indies and Sri Lanka. West Indies lost the match eventually. But we did have a few good batting performances, from Gudakesh Motie and Shai Rutherford in the match. Apart from those two, the remainder of the batting order really struggled against the Sri Lankan spinners, as we've been seeing throughout the entire series. So I'm going to be getting into the details, sharing the brilliance of Motie and Rutherford, and also talking about the Sri Lankan performance. So just stick around to the end of the video, while we discuss all of these things, right? And as always, if you're new to the channel or you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, kindly take a few seconds just to hit the subscribe button, and join the Sports Perspective family, right? So getting into the details now, West Indies batted first in this one. It was a rain-affected match. The match was reduced to a 44 over a side game, due to playing conditions, due to the weather, pretty much, right? The West Indies batted first, and I tell you, it was a struggle, especially for the top order, right? The West Indies last wickets just kept falling like nothing, right? We fell to, I think it was 50 something for 8 at one point, right? But due to the brilliance of Gudakesh Motie and Shai Rutherford, we were able to recover, and post I wouldn't even say a decent total, but a total that the bowlers could actually bowl at and try to defend, right? So, eventually the West Indies were bowled out for 189, which meant that Sri Lanka needed 190 to win. So scores for the West Indies, again, like I said, Shai Rutherford, he scored a brilliant 80 from 82 balls. And Gudakesh Motie, he scored his first 50, in West Indies colours. He was left not out on 50. So he made 50 not out from 61 balls. And they were the two main contributors for the West Indies. Again, they were bowled out for 189. And as you can tell, Motie and Rutherford contributed 130 of those runs, right? Brandon King, he made 16 from 18, and he was the only other batsman for us to get into double figures. So it was another batting collapse, especially from the top order. The top order, so far in this ODI series, and even in the T20 series, they have failed to fire. They have struggled against the Sri Lankan spinners, and it was the same thing again in this match, right? Bowling for the Sri Lankans, their spinners did a great job. So Hasaranga, he took 4 for 40, and Tekshana, he took 3 for 25. And Asita Fernando, he took 3 wickets as well. So they were the wicket takers for the Sri Lankans in restricting us, in bowling us out for 189. Sri Lanka, in reply, they got to 190 for 5. With their captain, Asalanka, smashing a brilliant 62 not out from 61 balls, and he was supported by Madusha. He made 38 from 44. And also Samar Wariwama. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but he made 38 from 50 as well. And they were the main contributors for the Sri Lankans, in their chase of this total, getting to 190 for 5. So with this victory for the Sri Lankans, it means that they have also won the ODI series as well, with one match remaining, in the series. So Sri Lanka, they have won both the T20 series and the ODI series. So well done by them. Congratulations to them. And tough luck for the West Indies. But you can definitely tell that, and this has been a weakness for the West Indies team for a while, right? Batting against spin, especially quality spin in spin friendly conditions. It's been a struggle for our batters, and this series definitely highlighted that. But a shining light from the series, I must say, has been the batting of Gudakesh Motie in the T20 series, and now we see it again in the ODI series, and Shai Rutherford, right? Of all the West Indies specialist batsmen, he's been the one that, you can tell that, he is a smart cricketer, right? He plays with his head. You know, he picks his balls wisely. He picks the bowlers to attack. You know, he knows when to you know, soak up pressure, you know, and when to take the attack to the bowlers. You know, and ultimately it's valuing his wicket, you know, staying understanding that, you know, being at the crease, preserving a wicket, you know, the longer you stay at the crease, you know, then the easier it will get for you to score runs. You know, and in both the first ODI and now we see it again in the second ODI, you know, he's done that and been able to get decent score decent runs, you know, half centuries in both matches. So well done to Shamar Rutherford, you know, and hopefully the other top order batsmen can take a few pages out of his book and hopefully apply it in the third test, in the third ODI. And hopefully the team is able to get a consolation victory and not be swept in the ODI series as well, right? So bowling for the West Indies, Gudakesh Motie, you know, he took 1 for 18. Alzarri Joseph took 2 for 30 from 6. And Rastan Chase took 1 for 43 from 8.2 overs, right? They were the wicket takers for the West Indies. And I must say, Motie, you know, his bowling, you know, he's known more for his bowling, you know, and his bowling has been brilliant throughout this entire tour of Sri Lanka in the T20 series and now in the ODI series, you know, playing on wickets that are offering assistance to the spin bowlers. You know, he's definitely capitalized on that, and he's definitely caused the Sri Lankan batsmen trouble. And he has been our best bowler in this on this tour of Sri Lanka. You know, Alzarri Joseph among the wickets again. You know, but the remainder of the bowlers, you know, a bit left to be wanting, especially Hayden Walsh. You know, he's been expensive in the 2 matches that he's played. Jaden Seals also, you know, he had another poor bowling performance in this match as well. You know, and so it our bowlers, you know, definitely would like to see improvement from our bowlers, you know, in the well, in both formats, but you know, especially in the ODI format, you know, Sri Lanka in the first ODI, you know, they chased down the 234 in relatively quick time. You know, again, you know, they got to 190 of 38 overs. You know, not as fast as the first match. So the bowling was a bit better in this match, but there's still a lot of improvement that's needed from our bowling lineup. Right. Must say it was disappointing. It's been disappointing how Hayden Walsh has bowled in the 2 matches that he's played so far. In the first ODI, you know, due to the wet outfield and playing conditions, you know, he had difficulty. Well, most of the bowlers had difficulty gripping the ball in the first ODI, so I won't be too critical about any of the bowlers from the first ODI. But definitely in this match, you know, expected better bowling from Walsh, and it was kind of a bit of more of the same that we saw in the first ODI. So, you know, hopefully we're able to can bounce back and regroup and hopefully get a win in the third ODI. You know, it will be interesting to see. Well, yeah, it will be interesting to see what changes are made. You know, I do think changes are needed in this team. You know, maybe a Motie Ford coming in. You know, Shamar Joseph, maybe a Shamar Joseph coming in as well from a bowling standpoint. And in terms of the batting, you know, maybe giving Athanaze a rest at the top of the order and bringing in, you know, another batter. There's still the youngster Joel Andrew there. You know, I'm not sure if you want to throw him into the fire now and against a difficult Sri Lankan bowling lineup. But you know, time will tell, you know, what the coaching staff, what Aaron Sammy and the coaching staff will decide to do, you know, for the third ODI. I keep saying test match for some reason. But yeah, for the third ODI. So let's see what they'll do. But so again, Sri Lanka won the second ODI by 5 wickets, and by virtue of them winning that match, they have also won the series. So now the West Indies will just have in the third match will just be seeking a consolation victory to avoid being swept in this series. But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. You know, as always, thank you for tuning in. You know, do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section as well. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.